What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me on another episode of Kevin's Specs. Today I am sitting in one of my favorite Toyotas. Definitely my favorite color. This one in particular is the 2024 RAV4 Trd Off Road. The color is Cavalry Blue. I love all of the matte colors that Toyota puts out, but this one in particular, it really just catches the eye. It's a really, really nice color. If you've never seen it, I'm about to show it to you. So, without further ado, let's dive into this video. Please, if you haven't already, hit that like button and follow me as I continue to grow my channel. I would love to build my follower base and share with you guys what I'm passionate about. So, without further ado, let's dive into this. So as you can see, I would say that this one in particular, the trim level on the Trd Off Road is kind of a mixture of an XSE because you've got the black wheels, and then the interior of the vehicle is much sportier looking with the black leather interior trim and the red stitching, and then also the TRD stitched logos on the headrests. These vehicles are definitely equipped for a little more off-road abuse. You've got these really nice looking wheels, and then you're going to have front and rear Bilstein suspension, powered liftgate, this one just came off the truck, so in these boxes, we have the all-weather floor liners, which are these rubber mats. This one in particular also has the cargo mat to go with it. We have the tonneau cover. And these tonneau covers, they're spring-loaded on the sides. You can pull and then release, and there is a storage spot underneath this cargo mat where the spare tire sits that you can store it away. That way, if it's not something that you're wanting to use on an everyday basis, you got a spot to put it and it's not getting in the way. 60/40 rear folding split seats. So the benefit of that, maybe you've got a third passenger but you've still got cargo, so you could fold down that larger side and have plenty of space for your cargo. Got a push button to close it. Got dual chrome tipped exhaust. And then moving to the rear seats, I'm 6 foot, and even a guy like myself, you can see with that seat scooted pretty far back, I've got quite a bit of space back here. And then in the rear we have dual USB charging for your passengers and ventilation. Moving to the front, you can see we have the black leather perforated seats, and they perforate it for better ventilation and radiation. And the reason for that is this RAV has heated and air conditioned seats. We've also got this widescreen display, and this is now standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We've got dual climate control, and we've got some other drive features down here that I'm going to go over. I'm going to move over to the driver's seat, so give me one moment. Now, what you get on the Trd Off Road in particular, you've got this push button start. You've got this digital infotainment display for your gauge cluster. You also get digital and analog style dials. On the steering wheel, this is pretty standard for Toyota. So they cluster all of their safety features together, and then you've got your volume control, voice command for once your phone is paired, answer and end calls, and your little arrow keys to navigate your various menus on the screen. Now, what I like about this is Toyota has really focused on simplicity. This is a very sophisticated car as far as the accuracy of the safety systems that they implement, but Toyota clusters them all together for a reason. So this has adaptive cruise control. Behind your rearview mirror, there is a forward-facing camera. It's just that second pair of eyes that's always watching the road, and it never gets tired. So you have the added safety and convenience of a driver that never gets tired. And it's never going to take over full control, but it makes gentle corrections for you as you drive just to keep you safe. So to use that adaptive cruise, right here we would turn it on, and you can see it says that your radar cruise is active. Once we reach our desired speed, we would set our speed, and then up here you have this little picture of the car with the lines, and you would press that, and you can see in the top left corner of the screen you've got 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So each time I press this button here, that adjusts. And each one of those blue lines, give or take, it's about 2 car lengths. And so you can set your comfort zone. And the vehicle is always watching the vehicle in front of you. And so if they slow down, you slow down. If they speed up, you speed up. You never go faster than what you set your speed to, but it's always going to maintain that distance to keep you safe and comfortable as you drive. And then the next thing would be this one down here. You see the lines on the left and right side of the car, and it shows this little picture of the car veering off the road. So that is your lane keep system. If you've ever been to the bowling alley and you've seen the little kids bowling with the bumpers, it's kind of the same concept. The vehicle is watching the yellow and white line on the road as you drive, and if you were to drift over, it's just gently going to pull you back in, and it's going to give you a notification. All of these systems can be changed, adjusted, turned off, so whatever your preference is. Some people like these systems, some people don't. Some people are afraid of them, but I would tell you it's nothing to be afraid of. The benefit of this system, let's say the vehicle doesn't feel any feedback from the driver. You're on a long road trip, you fall asleep at the wheel. Well, it's going to do its best to slow down and try to find a safe place to shoulder and stop on the side of the road. That way you're not going to go veering and flying off. So, always keeping you safe. And the thing that I was saying that I really like is it's just a simple 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the majority of all your safety features. You do have blind spot monitoring on this vehicle, and so you can see as I turn it on and off, it will illuminate that little emblem in the mirror. And since Toyota has updated this car with the newest software and safety systems, it used to be that really the Toyotas were only looking at what was directly in front and behind, but now it's got 360-degree peripheral detection. So if you were using these systems and you're on the highway, maybe somebody in front of you is going a little slow and you want to overtake them. So you indicate and you're going to change into the other lane and overtake. Well, your vehicle is now going to look over at the other lane and what's in it before you even change over. And if there's a vehicle over there, it's going to adjust and adapt to that vehicle's speed before you even change over. Also, if there are people in your blind spot areas, it's going to try and prevent you from switching over into that lane. That way you don't get into an accident. So nice features there. As I was saying, dual climate control. Your sync button here, what that does is when it's not turned on, there's independent control. So you could have it hot, they could have it cold, or vice versa, and that way everybody's happy. When it's synced, your knob controls both sides. And then I was telling you about the heated and air-conditioned seats. So you have 3 different intensity levels: high, medium, and low. High, medium, low. The air-conditioned seats I really like, especially on a hot summer day. Just having some cool air blowing on your butt. We all know what that helps to prevent. So now looking down here, you do have an automatic parking brake, and it does have a hold feature. So let's say we were in drive. Oh, I've got to be buckled up first. Let me do that. So let's say we were in drive and we're moving forward, okay? Well, I'm at a long stoplight and my foot's getting tired of being on the brake, so I could hit my hold, and now you see the light pop up there that says hold. So I can take my foot off of the brake and the vehicle will stay here until I hit the gas, and then it starts to creep forward. So nice feature there, and it will continue to do that every time you come to a stop. That little hold feature comes on, you can take your foot off the brake. Now over here we have Eco Normal Sport. All that does is changes your shift patterns and how much fuel is being fed to the motor. That way, obviously Eco, you'd be a little more conservative on your fuel consumption, and the vehicle doesn't let you rev as high. Sport does the exact opposite. And then you have your multi-terrain select, where you can select mud and sand, rock and dirt, or we can go in normal mode, and then you do have a dedicated snow button. Being as this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, it's not an all-time all-wheel drive. On a day like today, you know, fairly dry roads, there's not going to be any slip to the wheels, and so the vehicle is going to be operating in two-wheel to be a little more conservative on gas. So you're saving fuel there. And what the snow button does is it overrides the car's ability to choose when to engage the all-wheel drive. So that literally turns it on or off. And then you have a downhill ascent control. So if you're going down steep hills, maybe you live off pavement on a steep hill, this helps to utilize the gearing of the vehicle to assist with your downhill ascent. Moving on to the radio here. This is the new system, and this has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So when you go to pair your phone with Bluetooth, once it's paired, it'll ask you, do you want to turn on your Apple CarPlay? Or if you're an Android user, do you want to turn on your Android Auto? It's basically the same thing, but what that does is it mirrors your phone to the screen in the car, so you can take advantage of Google Maps. You know, maybe you use Waze, maybe you like to listen to podcasts, books on tape, your favorite music. A lot of people don't know that these now come equipped with Apple Music and Amazon Music. Most people are Amazon Prime members. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get free unlimited music. So that is a nice feature to take advantage of. With Google Maps, you know, everybody's used Google Maps on their phone. And a lot of these higher end models like this are going to come built in with navigation already. But you know, using the Google Maps and the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it's just a very, very familiar and easy user experience. And so most people are going to prefer that. And also the navigation that comes built into the vehicle, all of them are going to have this new Drive Connect, which is a 24/7 AI assistant where you can literally speak the phrase, "Hey Toyota," and it will wake the vehicle up and it'll say, "What do you need?" And you can ask it literally anything and it will give you an answer. Maybe because you have the 3 months of Sirius XM radio that comes with the purchase of a new Toyota, you could say, "Hey Toyota, play me Lithium radio," and it'll turn that satellite radio station on. You could say, "Hey, tell me a joke." Maybe you're thinking of a specific song. You could ask it to play for you, and it will do that. Basically, you can give it a lot of different commands that are specific to different controls on the vehicle for hands-free capability, and it will do all of that for you. You could tell it to tell you the weather forecast for the next week, to tell you what your stocks are, to read a text message, and to respond, which you can do just by speaking. So very, very nice system. It does a lot more than that, but that's kind of some of the basics. And then of course up here we do have the moonroof, and over here everybody's heard of OnStar. Toyota has theirs, which is their connected services. You've got this little fighter pilot style button here, you know, deploy the missiles. All that is so you don't accidentally bump it, but that would connect you with roadside support or 911 services. And the vehicle also has sensors in it, so if you were to get into an accident and you weren't able to respond by pushing that button, it's going to trigger an automatic response, and you'll hear somebody speaking to you over the speakers of the car asking you if you're okay and if they need to send help. So A lot of very nice features, but that's some of the basics. And, you know, I really enjoy doing these videos, and I've said before, trying to get over my fear of the camera and just get a little better at what I do. And we only get better by practicing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. You liked what you saw. Please feel free to leave me comments and tell me things that I can improve on. Or maybe there's a vehicle that you would like to see a video on, and I would love to do that and interact with you guys a little bit more as I'm growing my follower base. As always, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and see all the new stuff that I'm going to be putting out. Really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you on the next one.